Alright guys, today I'm going to be talking about something that's a little hard for me to talk about. I kind of I don't know, I just kind of realized, put a name, like a diagnosis I guess, to something that I've been dealing with my entire life, and I just kind of felt like I should share. So I am going to talk about, I have dyslexia. So yeah, I'm nervous for some reason. Alright, a definition for dyslexia is a general term for disorders that involve difficulty in learning to read or interpret words, letters, and symbols, but do not affect general intelligence. So this is me 100%. It was like I kind of always joked that I had dyslexia. My mom even joked about it a lot. But I wasn't diagnosed. Nobody ever actually put that label on me. And I just recently was like, you know what? I'm going to just look it up and see if maybe I'm, being crazy. And I don't want to be, what is that word? This is part of dyslexia too. Disrespectful to people that do have dyslexia, and me joke about it like ha ha ha. So so I wanted to look it up and just do some research. So I'll talk about, so like I said, I wasn't ever diagnosed, but I always struggled with reading and numbers. Math particularly was always hard for me. I had a tutor growing up in elementary school named Sister Rose, and I remember even going to her house on the weekends and after school and during school, and she would just sit down with me and we would do workbooks and reading and things like that. And she never even labeled anything or even acted like anything was really wrong with me. She just took that extra time to work with me, and that hands down, she's the reason I know how to read. So I absolutely love Sister Rose. And later on in high school, when I worked at Biggs at the cashier at a grocery store, they would have our stats of who was the fastest, who was the most efficient, and they would also have how much our drawer would go over or under or whatever. And every single time my drawer was messed up, and sometimes it would, and I never stole, but I would put in the wrong numbers all the time, and it would be a crazy amount. It would be 3 extra zeros on things. So it'd be there's no way that I walked out of the store with that much money, but it was obvious that I was messing up on numbers, and I would give that back change to customers, and it would be here's 53 cents, and they'd be it was only supposed to be 35 cents. Or I would tell them the total wrong number on the total, and they would look at me yeah, I wish. Haha, you're funny with your cashier jokes. Not. You guys, those kind of jokes that when you work at a job, especially a customer service job, and your customers tell you those jokes, the million jokes that you hear all the time. Guys, that's not that funny. It's really not that funny. Stop. And then when there was a time that I wanted to join the military, and I took my ASVAB test, and I scored a huge crazy number. I scored a really good number, and I qualified to join the Air Force, and the Air Force is one of the hardest ones to get into because you have to have really good ASVAB test scores. And I was shocked, but it was I'm not stupid. I'm really not stupid. I know what I'm doing. I just need a different way of being tested. I don't even understand why I did so great on that test, but I did. So it just kind of reassured me, you're not stupid, you just are different. But this does seriously still affect me today with being a mom. Like I said in a couple videos where I want to do more homeschooling with Stella, but I'm not really confident in myself to really do the homeschooling work with her, to do a kindergarten full-on actual homeschooling with her. So I would love to be a homeschool mom. I would love all my kids to stay home and I could teach them, but I don't feel confident in myself. Julia is, oh my gosh, heavens. I take her grocery shopping with me all the time. She's my human calculator and my human dictionary. I always ask her when I'm typing up a Facebook post, hey, what does this word mean? And she tells me, or not mean, but how do you spell this word? And she tells me. She's amazing at that. So I, even today have problems. I was also looking into doing some kind of like stay-at-home job, and I'm really limited on the options because I cannot work with numbers. So I can't do any kind of accounting or data entry or anything like that, and that limits a lot of the opportunities for working at home. Also, I go like any kind of public speaking or reading at like church or saying a prayer at a prayer group. I get really like nervous, and I guess it has to do with like public speaking, but also I just know I'm going to screw up the words, so I don't like to do it. So I try to, not me, pass it on to the next person. So some of the like characteristics of a dyslexic person. Like I said, there was a list of 37, and I was reaching like, yep, that's me. Yep, that's me. Yep, that's me. So here are some of the ones that I definitely have. I don't really even know why I'm sharing this, but I just feel like I need to make a video about it. So, the number one of the characteristics is they feel dumb. They have poor self-esteem. They're frustrated, emotional about school and reading. That's 100% yes. I always thought I was stupid. I always thought, like, why can't I just get it? But I always knew I wasn't stupid. I just wasn't getting it. So I just, a lot of people with dyslexic are talented in other, like, aspects, like art or music, or just more of a physical, like sports and stuff. They're real talented in those subjects instead of more of a pen and paper kind of subject. So I've always loved art. I love music, but I'm not good at music. So, but art has always been something that's really close to my heart, and I always felt good about it. They zone out, they daydream, get lost, or lose track of time. 100% all the time. I am constantly coming up with stories in my head and like playing them out in my head. Like, how would this situation work? What if this person was to do this? And it gets so bad, especially when I'm driving. I zone out and I start talking, and I'm gonna sound so crazy. And Belle will be in the back seat. She'll be like, "Mom, who are you talking to?" And I'm like, nobody. Leave me alone. I get lost a lot. I lose track of time all the time. They learn best with their hands-on demos, experiments, and visual aids. Yes. And I really think that this has a lot to do with why I check YouTube. Because YouTube shows you exactly what they're talking about, and that's what I need. I cannot look at a book and be able to tell, understand how to do something. Show me a video or show me in person, I'll get it. They get confused by numbers, verbal explanations all the time. Reads with little comprehension. I definitely have to read and then reread, and even sometimes read it 3 times before I fully understand it. They spell phonetically or inconsistently. Like I said, follow me on Facebook. You will totally agree with that one. They hear things not said, gets easily distracted by sounds. That is, talk to my husband about that. He will tell you, I constantly hear things that he tells me, and he's like, I never said that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't say that. They have difficulty putting thoughts into words. I'm pretty sure I did that already in this video showed you. I get lost. It stops, and I'm thinking like, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? That's not the right word. I say the wrong word all the time for some reason. They have trouble with writing. This is a little bit. I mean, I like to write, so this is just a little bit for me. Sometimes I have to go over and rewrite things to make it make more sense. They're prone to motion sickness. You guys, you've seen some of my videos where I have to ride a roller coaster. I get sick almost every single time. I can't even swing on a regular park swing without getting sick. Ugh. Confused left and right. My wedding ring is the only way I know what left is. I have to stop. That's left. Have difficulty telling time, especially with a face clock. Because the numbers, it says 1, but it represents 5 because of the 5 minutes, so I have to count by 5s to actually be able to tell what time it is. I can't just look and be like, oh, it's 7:15. I can't do that. It took me a long time to even figure out what that meant. 7:15, 7:15. Why can't you just tell me the exact time? They depend on finger counting and other tricks 100%. Belle she's in first grade, so she's learning some of those finger counting things. And I'm like, I do that! And Julia rolls her eyes at me like, Mom, really? They're difficult with money. Again, talk to my husband. There's a lot of stories he could tell you about my problems with money. Have problems with word problems. Yep. Prone to ear infections. So when I was a baby, I actually had 5 sets of tubes put in my ears. They just kept falling out. And I have so much scar tissue that now my ears are so damaged that all the noises, especially in the wintertime, the noises get like lower. And I guess that goes back to me hearing sounds that are not real. I just have really trouble. I don't know. Things get real low. I have a hard time hearing. I actually have the word captions on the TV all the time because I'd rather read the word captions while they're talking so that I know I'm not missing anything. So, yeah. They're sensitive to food, 100% me. There's some foods that the textures of them, I cannot stand. They make me gag. I can't even mentally, like even if I was to force myself to eat it, mentally I'm so disgusted that I would puke it right back up. They have mistakes. The mistakes and symptoms increase when stressed, confused, or time pressure. Totally, 100%. Yeah. There is actually no cure to being dyslexic. And you're just born with it. But it doesn't mean that you are stupid. So that was a huge thing that when I really read all the things and I was like, that's me. Oh my gosh, I'm dyslexic. But then I was like, I've lived with this my whole life and I've learned tips and I've learned tricks on how to adjust and how to just, figure it out, navigate my way through. And I'm good with it, It just makes sense. It's like putting a light bulb and being like, ta-da, this is what's wrong with you. I don't know, guys. I was really excited to actually have like a word for why I am different and I'm not just weird. But I guess I kind of am. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have anything, leave it on the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.